welcome back. Welcome back. Always great to have you here. How have you been?
Been good. Been incredibly busy, as I think anyone who's buzzing around the project knows. But it's great to be here. Great to take some time to catch up.
Well, let's catch up then in that case. So let's jump straight into it. I mean, I see a lot of things, if you're a gamer, to be honest, that I've been hearing. Things like game casting, async gaming, all of these things that you guys are working on. I mean, let's start with game casting. I mean, what is the big deal with game casting?
So game casting is really extending the swarm casting capabilities we've got on Saito, and that is being able to share a stream via a swarm. So again, decentralized peer-to-peer. What this does is it takes that to gaming, and it's got a couple of features there. So one is a classic Twitch stream type stream where you've got the whole window there. The other one is it's also got features where it can be catered by developers to a particular game. So it can actually only show the parts of the screen that are public. Well, that's really important for things like, say, poker. It's very easy to understand. You shouldn't see what any given player is looking at because you're giving up their position. So it's just a way of making that super simple to do, and then also simulcast on YouTube. Similarly, async gaming you mentioned is basically just extending the ability. A lot of the blockchain games that we've created where they're playing between people require everyone to be online. So this is just using some clever stuff of the blockchain where we can store moves or interactions between players so that when they come back online, they'll receive that transaction, they can execute it. Stuff that's classically in a Web 2 world handled by the central server, which they can obviously then use to force their business model on you. And this is a way of spreading that out using the blockchain to have those asynchronous communications. So there you go. Pretty cool.
Profiles and categories. I mean, that's pretty massive, actually.
So this is really cool. So the basic thing you'll see is the ability to have a background image to set up your own profile and to hold more profile information. We've tied that to a really significant change inside what we're doing, which is one of the issues you have with, again, a peer-to-peer network where you don't have some central governing body or something controlling everything is where do you put all that information? But also, how do you find things that aren't a person? So how do you do topics, for instance? How do you do hashtags? So hashtags are managed by Twitter, essentially, or they rely on having a central place to do all the searching. One way to do that is to say, well, actually, you can give a category a public key, like a person. So if we have a chat about, it could be bird watching in Southeast London or whatever we decide we want to do. I know you'd never go east, but anyway.
West London, Richard.
West London, it's the place. If you have such a topic, then you can send messages to that key like you do to a person. Universal broadcast, unstoppable, uncensorable, and we can have that topic turn up in social or with calls or that sort of thing. So that's all combined together in a release, which is pretty cool. And you can go and see that just by looking at people who've been putting up some kind of cool artwork in their profiles, etc., on Red Square. But yeah, that's kind of really fleshing out also the ability to do things like schedule a call, because you can give it an address. Everyone listens to that address like they would listen to their own wallet. And then when you want to make the call, you send that address a message and everyone gets it. So that's some cool stuff right there.
Something that I think is even cooler is what you're doing around dynamic module compilation. I just wanted to say that word because I just sound super intelligent when I say it. I'll say it again. Dynamic module compilation. But actually, Richard, why don't you explain that in simple terms? Because I think that is pretty game changer, in all honesty.
It is, and doesn't involve anything to do with realigning the dilithium crystals.
No.
What it is so Saito's got the WASM core that we've had for a while. That's the Rust code portable, so you can put it in Python app or whatever. You can build phone apps, etc. if you want to. We've been concentrating on the web delivered peer-to-peer software because that's the easiest way to get it in front of people. But that still involves us running a website, etc. What this does is it completely breaks that need to have any of the content or the software delivered by the website. So for a developer, what it means is you develop locally, you can zip up your module, or which can work as a completely standalone app or fit in with other modules on a node. And then you can distribute that to people. You can send it via the blockchain. You could email it. You could put it somewhere where people, in an app store or anything where people can pull it down. That could be a decentralized app store. People then just drag and drop that file into their browser, phone, or it works on phone or on desktop, and that application will then run only on their machine, but in their browser. So basically, we've kind of using the internet to give us the connectivity to the blockchain, but the software is all completely local, nothing to do with the node that's running it. That abstraction is brilliant because it gives us what people call serverless deployments. So developers don't have to worry about where they're going to get a server from, how they're going to stand it up, getting a domain, any of that. If I've got my bird watching app and I want to publish it, I can stick it on a red square post, and everyone can just come along and grab it, slide it across into the installer, and they're running that app. And they can do that on any given node that's running the infrastructure for this. So basically, once you've got the Saito browser page up, you can install different apps into there, and they're completely local. We think it's kind of a game changer in the space. We don't know of anything else like that that's really taking Web3 that seriously and giving people that kind of quick dev to deployment architecture.
Well, that's what it is, and is one-click deployment of applications without having to almost worry about whether you have, servers in place or dependent infrastructures in place in order to just be able to run it. You're running it locally, and serverless. Yeah. So it is pretty big thing actually.
Yeah, the coolest thing is that could just be a website too. So you could actually have websites that run locally in the person's browser that aren't on the internet, which is a really interesting kind of mind-bending thing to think about.
There you go. Let's talk a bit about Bybit DexPro. Yeah. What is happening there?
So while we've been doing all of that, when I said I was busy earlier on, while we've been doing all of that, we have been talking to different supporters and different things, and opportunity came up to get added to Bybit DexPro, which is a kind of DEX aggregator. Really cool, just gives people a lot of markets simple access to get some Saito tokens, and it's cross-chain, etc. So they don't have to worry about bridging and things. People can use Sol to buy ERC20 Saito, etc. So that's really cool, and it gets people also. It shares liquidity, so people are going to get the best deal, best gas fees, etc. through that. So we're really happy to be listed there in front of more people. As part of that, and to promote that, we're participating in Bybit's current WSOT promotion, which is a straight-up promotion. It's a World Series of trading comp. People can trade. They can then earn points by doing that and other tasks on the website, and then vote for their favorite crypto project. So from our perspective, please vote for us. Go and have some fun. Go and trade. And then use your points to vote for us. Great way to support the project. A little bit of a slow start, but we're grinding up every day. I notice we're earning more than any of the projects around us. So I've got pictures of world domination coming into my head.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's a great way to get noticed, get new people finding out about the project, and get some people interested. So really positive, fun step there, and a sign of things to come, I think, as well.
I think there's two key takeaways from this, though. Number one, go out and vote. But number two actually is, you're right, whether you've got native tokens, whether you're on ERC20, whether you've been going crazy on the Solana meme coin scene and you have Sol, one of the benefits of these DEX is ultimately, let's talk about Bybit here. One of the benefits here actually is that you're able to buy ultimately cross-chain. It takes care of all of the sort of back-end swaps for you, so you can then ultimately just use what you have to buy what you want and not necessarily worry about going from blockchain A to blockchain B to blockchain C in order to get what you want.
Right.
So
it takes out that friction, and it also it also means you don't have to deal with the dust you create when you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to use I'm going to use Solana to move something, and so I'm going to need some Sol, and then I leave like 0.25 Sol lying around, or whatever it was that I had to have enough for the fees, etc. But now I've got Sol lying around in a wallet I don't use, or whatever. So pretty cool. I mean, for us, it's mostly about getting the exposure and the availability of Saito to more people at decent trading prices. So that's good.
Go out and vote, and subscribe to the channel, and and comment.
Smash like button.
Let's and also. Clearly, there's stuff coming up 3 to 6 months from now. I think. I mean, roadmap stuff happening in your roadmap,
well,
right?
No. So I think it's been like Saito Summer's had so much stuff, come on, sort of writing up the notes for today, and we only talked just over a month ago. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's come out in that time, and some pretty big stuff we just mentioned. So David and I were talking about having given all of that air, and also with some pretty big game-changing pieces of the puzzle clicking in, like the dynamic module compilation, etc. We really need to give the community, and wants to give the community, because we get to show off a bit and also reveal some cool stuff. A bit of a roadmap update and clarification, and to give much more clarity on direction for the next 6 months or so, what we hope to achieve. And there's some really big pieces of the puzzle coming into place, for people who've been kind of following along with the project. So look forward to that sometime this month. I hope we're sort of polishing it, with any decent sized communication. You want to think it through, get it right, get the messaging right, and make sure we've got everything kind of lined up properly from our side. But yeah, we're really excited about that. So teasing it a little bit, get it in front of people, make sure we do it because we've promised it. But no, it's quite exciting.
There you go. Well, look at that. Well, that is a wrap. I thought we always like to keep these short and sweet so everyone gets what they want out of this. Make sure you check out the links below. Go and check it out. Make sure you vote, guys. Check it out on DexPro Pros as well. Like, subscribe. You know the deal. Richard, any final parting words before we close the show?
Just go and search for WSOT Bybit and trade whatever you were going to trade, and use those voting points to promote your favorite project.
And if you like these updates, make sure you subscribe, guys, because me and Richard, we talk every month.
We do.
Right, Richard, well, thanks for joining us. I'll see you on the next one, and see you later.
See ya. Thank you.